people of the World Wide Web. So it is Cypher Sigma here. It is the weekend. It's movie review time, and I know this may not be surprised, obviously, as stated, and you're probably sick of me saying, my local cinema did close. I do have one 20 minutes away, so me and my friend Kelly, we decided to venture out and see a movie, Flight Risk. Was quite a great experience, really nice cinema, 3 screens, 60 seats, put in the one we had, reclinable seats and stuff and cup holders. So it's really, really nice. So this will be my interim one. It just means that as I'm not paying a membership fee, it only costs $7.50 a ticket for us. So I won't get to see probably double bills and triple bills. It'll probably be one a week, and I will try and keep it that for the time being. But yes, anyway, so this is movie review of Flight Risk. So this is the new Mel Gibson movie, which I didn't realise he directed. And it basically is the story of, you have 4 characters. You have a man in protection, Topher Grace, called Winston. He has evidence on a member of the mob. He is basically apprehended by Michelle Donovan's Madeline, who's a kind of FBI agent who's come out of desk duty. We don't kind of know reason why. She takes Topher Grace's Winston's character on a plane ride to get him to where he needs to be to basically testify in court. Their pilot, Daryl, played by Mark Wahlberg, isn't who he says he is. He's a hitman who tries to kill him during midair, and it's the whole story of this flight and how they make it there and everything else. That's the story in a nutshell. So we'll put up the warning spoilers, if I can get my words out, and we shall get into it. So yes, so this movie starts, we have Topher Grace with his Winston character in a kind of log in Canada, cooking a ramen noodle bowl in the microwave. He is then surprised by Michelle Donovan's character Madeline. She bursts in with 2 Mounties or police officers. They arrest him, and then it's basically they need to transport him from where they are to I think it's Las Vegas is where they are going. So the next thing you know, after a few days and her talking with her boss, Lasance, played by Leah Remini, I think from can't remember that Kevin James TV series King of Queens. I think it's that lady. She is the boss that you sometimes hear on the phone. But anyway, they get on, they start driving, and as the trailer is given away, they start to notice things are up. Topher Grace is chained in the back because obviously they don't want him going anywhere. And then after 1 or 2 things starts to happen, they realise obviously Mark Wahlberg isn't who he says he is. He tries to kill Madeline. She manages to taser him. He gets kind of thrown to the back, or he gets thrown off of her as the plane goes down, and then she manages to save the plane, not knowing what to do. She ties him up with the help of Topher Grace in the back, and then she tries to figure out what the hell's going on. They realise that there is a leak within the pump, so they don't know who to trust, and obviously this is where kind of it spirals up. Obviously, she speaks to her boss. Her boss introduces a new character into this one, a character called Hassan. So this is actually played by 2 characters. The main one is Manhib Abhat. Apologies if I butchered that name. He seems to be the physical representation at the end of the movie that you see, but there's a voice over the radio, and I think one does the voice and one does the kind of character acting, and that's why there's 2 people down as that person. This guy is the physical representation of him. But anyway, Hassan is the person who's on the phone to her to help her try and sort out. So once she gains control of the plane, obviously Mark Wahlberg's character has vandalised all the radio and GPS, and they don't really know too much where they are. This Hassan basically brings them on and helps her kind of steer her in the right direction, so that's all good. Mark Wahlberg is chained up in the back, as far as we know, and this is where stuff starts to unravel. We get to learn more about the characters involved, about Winston and why there's a hit on him and stuff like this, and his mum is involved. The Madeline character, the reason why she was on desk duty, you learn about her past and as stuff goes on. I'll try and keep it vague because I don't want to go into too much detail. And then there's an altercation. Mark Wahlberg gets free once or twice, and there is a few fights back and forth. And in the end, it kind of involves them more or less crash landing on the runway, killing Mark Wahlberg's character, spoiler alert, it's quite funny how he gets knocked out of the plane and gets run down by a fire engine. um, so, and that kind of running theme does happen quite a lot within this, and then obviously they do believe her is safe, and there is something else that goes on, and then you kind of have near the end of the movie, you have the realization of who the corrupt person is within the government and everything, and kind of we have a action hero, everything kind of works out. But yeah, it was a really, really fun movie. It was an hour and 31 minutes. And I'm going to rate this movie 6.8 out of 10. So I've seen the reviews from people saying, you know, the ball cap, Mark Wahlberg actually did shave his head. That isn't like a cap, that it, or if that's, you know, that section he actually shaved that off for the movie. A lot of one-liners he improvised himself, and just when you watch it, I mean, I was looking forward to this, but I was kind of thinking 3 people at a plane in an enclosed space, how much can this actually go on? But actually, with developing story, and there's a lot of comedy elements and stuff, the 90 minutes flies by. It was actually really enjoyable to see the altercations, and it's really, really funny. Topher Grace has some quite comical moments, and I think that worked really well. And I don't think he's a really good actor, but he doesn't get a good enough role sometimes, I think, or play to his strengths. I think this was, you know, kind of adult Eric Foreman from that 70s show, almost a little bit. But it worked really, really well. Same Michelle Donahue, or Dorothy, playing the Madeleine character. She was really great. Obviously having the emotional range that she does in it, with lots of things happen and stuff like this. And as Mel Gibson has said, it says basically this is planned as an action kind of thriller, but it's just a adrenaline fueled 90 minutes. That's it. There's no, like, the story's good. It's not amazing. As I say, I think the action, the CG and everything, it all works really well together and is believable, apart from like the plane crash near the end. But like how they dispatch of Mark Wahlberg's character and a few other bits, I think was very, very clever. And it's just an enjoyable 91-minute movie, which you don't get nowadays. So as I say, that's why I rated it so high. I am tempted at this time. I've seen the bald cap cover exclusive from Amazon. Whether I buy that steelbook or not, I'm still holding back on. But that has been my review of Flight Risk. Have you seen the movie? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. And I've been Sigma Screen Time. Have a nice weekend, and I'll be back on the next one.